Hey everybody, it's the OMAD Dad. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, a channel that is dedicated to living the OMAD lifestyle or eating just one meal a day. Well, today I'm here to talk about those dreaded plateaus. That's right, almost all of us in the diet world hit a plateau on our plan at some point or another, and I'm going to talk all about it today. But first, I want to address and give you a little bit of a channel update. You probably noticed with this video that my intro and my outro music are gone. I did listen to some of your comments, and some people said it was a little bit on the loud side. It didn't really fit with the channel, so point taken, and I got rid of it. My real reason for doing it, I'm not really here to try and please everyone. I know you can't really possibly ever do that, but I want you to know that the whole point of me making these videos is the content. I want to give you real, unadulterated content. I'm not a filmmaker. I'm not a videographer. I don't spend hours editing and coming up with all of these flashy intro music and outro and all this other good stuff to try and make my channel more sellable. I just put my information out there, and that's that. Excuse me, I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold today. And so my whole point of this channel is that I am so passionate about OMAD and what it's done for me, and I want to get it out there to people. And I don't need any flashy gimmicks or anything like that either. I know some other people have it on their channel. Good for them. But I do this in my spare time, so it's just much easier if I do this, do it this way. And also, I've decided to get rid of the OMAD Dad Facebook group page, mainly so that I can focus on making my videos and keeping this channel going. I post now about every week and a half, 2 weeks, and by doing this solely, I can probably do a couple posts a week, especially posting more videos of what I'm eating. Often newbies are a little confused about what to eat, so hopefully that'll give you guys a rough idea of what I'm eating. Excuse me. And I'm also an admin, sort of an official admin of the Facebook group known as Fast Club, which has over 5,000 members. It was started by the Dad Bod Project. Go look them up on YouTube, a really great intermittent fasting channel. And as I just said, there are over 5,000 members from all over the world who have found OMAD or intermittent fasting in some way, and it's helped them. It's changed their lives. They're going through it. It's a great, great group. Look them up on Facebook. But that's about it for that. That's my channel update for now. So you should be able to see more posts from me. They may even be shorter ones every now and then, but I'm going to continue to post more videos about the cooking and what I'm making and eating and how to make this journey easier and better and make it work the best for you. So today, with that, I want to talk about plateaus. And as I've said before, pretty much everyone who goes on and starts an OMAD journey is going to hit that plateau. But it's important to note that pretty much anybody who diets any way at all, particularly for weight loss, hits a plateau. So I have a bunch of steps here that I want to go over with you and to make the plateau kind of go smoother and go away faster. Number one, you have to remember, don't panic. As I just said, it happens to everybody, but you have to look at it in a positive way. Number one, if you've gone and you hit a plateau and you're not gaining any weight, but you're not losing any weight, that's a victory. And that's what we call, when you step into your phase of your maintenance phase, where you want to stay at your ideal goal weight range, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want to happen. So you've got that part down. So look at it as a positive. Again, you're not putting on weight. Yes, you're not taking off weight, but you're not putting on weight. You're not going in the wrong direction. You're establishing ground rules for a lifetime of success. That's how you have to look at it. You are setting some sort of boundaries. Before, you really didn't. You just kind of ate and did whatever you want, whenever you want. And as a result, you got your health a little out of whack. I mean, I'm guilty of that too. So number one, don't panic. Number two, are you sure you really are hitting a plateau? Are you weighing in properly? You really should see my video on weighing in and my thoughts on using a smart scale, because oftentimes we might be losing body fat, but we have an increase in our water weight percentage, or maybe we've been exercising a lot and we put on the same amount in muscle mass. Excuse me. So if that's the case, the scale is going to say 0, but your body makeup will be different. And another thing to check too is, your measurements. Are your clothes fitting better? Are they looser? Is your waist a little bit thinner? The number on the scale isn't always the best indication of your success in anything. But that's just something to consider too. Number 3, are you following the plan exactly? In other words, are you sticking to one meal within approximately a 1 to 2 hour eating window and having it all laid out in front of you and eating responsibly, and only having a splurge day maybe once every 2 weeks, or at the most once every 1 week? That's the plan. And no matter what, you got to make sure that you stick to it. If you be honest with yourself, if you're not honest with yourself, then you're not going to have the desired results. Don't sabotage yourself. Stick to it. And again, there are some more going through here. I'm not trying to accuse you or saying that everybody is doing something wrong. That's why you've hit a plateau. There are many different reasons, and we're getting into them today. But you really want to have an honest look at and analyze every day how well you did. Number 4, are you setting realistic goals? If your goal is to lose 30 pounds in a couple weeks, that's unrealistic. It's unsafe and it's unrealistic. I see it a lot, especially on groups posting online, on Facebook. I'll see people saying, I need to lose 30 pounds or 40 pounds. How fast do you think I can do it? That's the wrong way of looking at it. It should be, how safe can I do it? What's the most sustainable way that I can do this? These are the questions that you should be asking. I know everybody gets impatient, and you've been unhealthy for a while and you just want the fat gone. But unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. So, and the other thing too is, if you have a lot of weight to lose, it's going to take time. Okay? And what I found too is, even if you only have, say, a few pounds to lose, let's say you have maybe 5 or 10 pounds to lose and you're already pretty lean, but you just wanted to take a little bit more fat off and get a little bit more of a healthier range, it might take a while for that too, because it requires a lot less calories to maintain your smaller weight. It's something else to consider. Number 5, when you're eating your OMAD, are you eating too much? You should have a meal that gets you full but not stuffed. Remember, your OMAD is not a binge. It is not a binge. You have to eat responsibly. When I first started OMAD, I actually used to count calories. And I know everybody is poo-pooing the whole calories in, calories out thing, and that calories don't matter and you shouldn't be counting. It's a waste of time. I'm here to tell you that calories absolutely do matter. If you're consuming 4,000 or 5,000 calories in a meal, you're going to put on weight. I don't care if you eat 1 meal a day. You have to burn a tremendous amount of those calories off in order to maintain some sort of deficit. So when I first started, just to give myself a ballpark range, I used a calorie counting app to give myself an idea of how many calories I was consuming. And I knew that I was putting myself in a deficit that day. If you don't want to actually physically count calories or weigh any food or anything like that, check out my video about what I call the OPAD variation, or eating just 1 plate a day. If you stick to 1 plate of food a day, even if a full plate, you're going to have a hard time getting more than 1,400 calories, and that's going to put a deficit to pretty much everybody, and everybody would lose weight then. But it really is a numbers game, and when you get down to it, people say, calories don't count, they don't matter. They really do, and if you're at an energy deficit, you're going to lose weight. That's just how it works. You may want to consider, if you're not adding one already, this is number 6, by the way, either adding a splurge day. Some people stick to straight OMAD and they don't use splurges. So if you're in a plateau, sometimes having a splurge day where you kind of freestyle and just eat as you will, sometimes that works. What has worked for me, I found, is doing a short extended fast, maybe like a 48-hour fast if you didn't want to do the splurge day, or if you've already incorporated it. Sometimes I'll add in nothing more than 48 hours if I really needed to try and break through that fat loss barrier. But one thing you want to remember is you want to keep it safe. Don't do anything more than 72 hours, as I've instructed before. And after your extended fast, you'll probably put some more of that weight back on that you've just lost. It's just your body's way of, it's a defense mechanism, because your body is scared in the sense that it may think that it's going through a period of lean times. But you have to remember that it's also what you eat and what you do after your extended fast. We can't be in a perpetual state of fasting, and we can't be in a perpetual state of eating. So we're setting boundaries, and we're setting realistic goals and trying to maintain them and chip away at them every single day. But sometimes adding a splurge day or an extended fast can help you just nudge through those plateaus, and it may work for you. So number 7 is my last one. Are you eating any trigger foods? I don't recommend a specific diet on this plan, because I really do believe you could eat what you want. I can. And a lot of people I talk to also eat what they want on OMAD. There are some people, though, that don't really handle carbs well. And they found that when they really cut out carbs or went drastically low on carbs, that it really helped them. Some people do really well on a high carb diet and limiting the fat. Another thing that could happen is if you're eating a lot of processed food and you have a very high sodium count, or maybe through some hormonal changes, maybe something is happening to where you're increasing your water weight. Again, that's where the SMART scale comes in, and you can get an idea of what's really going on in your body. So it'd be helpful to know that those 1 pound, the 2 pounds that you put on over your week, depending on when you weighed yourself, could just end up being water weight from processed food or poor diet, or maybe just too much sodium, something of that nature. So that's something to consider too. Again, it does require a little bit of experimentation to find the perfect diet and the perfect way of eating for you. I can't address it for every single human being on the planet. We're all a little bit different. But overall, those are my best tips, and that's my best advice for breaking through a plateau. And ultimately, you have to give it time. A plateau really is about 6 or 8 consecutive weeks of no weight loss, of nothing happening. If that has happened, if you've gone a week or maybe even 2 weeks of not losing any weight, and you're considering that a plateau, it's not. It's not a plateau. After about 6 or 8 weeks of nothing happening, you may need to reevaluate your plan and see what's going on, and go through some of these steps here. But overall, that's how I did it, and that's how I break through my plateaus. And for the most part, sometimes, even while doing everything perfectly, sometimes you just have to wait. And sometimes it could even be longer than 6 or 8 weeks. I know of some people who've been on the plan, and they were losing weight, and then they stopped, and it seemed to take them about a month or two, and some even a little bit longer, just to break through the plateau. And but they did break through it, and they kept going. But you see, what separates OMAD from other diets out there is that when you hit those plateaus and the going gets tough, on a really restrictive diet, many people get going. They leave the diet behind because they say, well, this is too hard. Geez, I've been working so hard, and I've been giving up my carbs, or I've been going without fat, or geez, I've been eating 6 very, very tiny meals a day, and I'm hungry all the time, and I thought I'd be seeing some numbers, and I'm working, and nothing's going on. I knew I couldn't do it, or I knew this diet didn't work, and then they quit. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, okay? You make that reality into being because of your mind at that stage. And overall, it's a lifestyle change, and I've often said that about OMAD, is that it's a lifestyle. You need to find what healthy lifestyle works best for you. And for me, eating 1 meal a day worked for me and continues to work for me because I get to eat what I want. I'm not restricting anything. And I do so in a way that makes me really look forward to eating. It really makes me look forward to the food. And I'm full, I'm satiated, and I'm satisfied, and then I'm done. And then I pick it up the next day. So I think that's what separates us from a regular diet, is when regular dieters hit that plateau, they want to quit. And I can't blame them. I mean, that's usually at the stage subconsciously when they realize that, oh, man, I'm going to have to give up these carbs for the rest of my life. That's not going to work for me. Or, oh, man, I have to be vegan or keto or whatever for the rest of the... I hope you get my point. So that's my 2 cents on the plateaus. Hopefully you're having some really great results on this. I'd like to hear from you. Even though I don't have the Facebook page anymore, I do have my email address if you have any questions, or you could post a question on here. I always answer. I always try to make time for you guys. It might take me a day or two to get back to you, but if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. And remember, ultimately, take it one day at a time and just keep going. You will see the results that you want. You will do it. OMAD does work, and it will work great for you. I promise you that. So I will talk to you very soon. I'm very glad to connect with you again today. Have a happy OMAD and have a great weekend, a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.